Let's go.
Okay, second part of the series that I want to put together. This is for TLP True Box, what they call it. Basically, it's one account per machine. I personally run six. My opinion is day-to-day life basically forces me into doing that. Looking for groups and stuff is a lot of waste of my time. I like to log in and I'm ready to go. I can pick whatever I want. I want to do a quest. I want to do a dungeon. Anything I want to do. If I get Wi-Fi, or I can quit at any time. It's less stressful for me. That's just what I do. How you choose to play or whatever is up to you. Hopefully, these videos will help you. Basically, I've done a lot. I've played every one of the TLPs that has come out. I'm not saying this is the best way to do it. I just found that I can basically complete about 90% of the content with this group. Um, and it's the easiest group that I found for using the in-game functions only. That's how I play. I have six keyboards, six mice. I smash the keyboards to activate my characters. Nothing else. In-game functions only. So basically, my group makeup is usually casters and healers. Um, so going around and the reasoning why, I'll just give you a quick, and it's my reasoning. You can put in whatever accounts you want. I'm not saying this is the way you should go. I just found this is the easiest way to zip through and level up on TLPs. What I find is usually on a TLP within the week, um, you know, I basically max out this group within the week, and then you can make whatever characters you want afterwards. To spice up the group, split them up, use the group to power level, whatever you want to do at that point. Um, my best record, and I don't really care about records or whatever, is I've done a six-man crew on my own, max level within 4 days of launch. So it's not the best. I've seen people do, single characters in faster time than that, but you know, I don't care. Like I said, um, with this combination, you can achieve that if you want to. So basically, one of the characters, it's an optional character, but I usually start with is an enchanter. The enchanter is good for crowd control. Um, the enchanter charming functionality once you hit level 11 just turns the curve on leveling up your group just amazingly and fast. Um, so I would say start with an enchanter. Um, Next would be um, well, actually, let me go through the races too then. So Enchanter, what I do is I try and start a group also that it starts in the same region. So what I normally do is I'll go with the High Elves. In reality, and I think people have debated this over the years, and it really doesn't matter what class you are. In the end game, it doesn't affect really anything, how it functions or whatever. On TLPs at the start, it does give you little bit of advantage with higher intelligence or higher charisma or whatever. And that's another debate on its side too. Um, but I go for functionality. So what I find is High Elf and Wood Elf seem to be the closest, so I create my group around that. So basically, the Enchanter will be a High Elf Enchanter, um, so that it starts. Of course, make sure it's agnostic. It'll just help along the way. But basically, my first and main character, where everybody assists and everybody follows and whatnot, is going to be your main character, is going to be your enchanter. Buying and selling also is particularly great because of the high charisma and the crowd control. And this is basically your main character that you're going to play. Everything else is just the follow to provide help for this character. So this is where I start. Next is I would go with um, the Wood Elf, and I'd go with a Druid. Reason being, they're basically jack of all trades, but their real functionality on a TLP at the beginning. getting through Classic is SOW, so Spirit of the Wolf, moving around fast, getting you from point A to point B, cutting down time, getting there and getting it quick is this. Their teleports are phenomenal. They put you in a lot of places. Their evac is great too. I usually use one of the teleports as an evac if need be. Evacing out, selling, going back in, that kind of thing. Also, my another reasoning for my breakdown of these characters is they're all casters. They can all bind, which gives you more flexibility for moving around. You bind at your spot. You can zip somewhere, sell, come back to your bind spot. Once you get higher level with the druid, you know, one of the best places is to teleport to like Surefall Glade. You're right beside a bank, right beside vendors. It's like and right beside the parcel. It's a great spot. Um, and you'll see what I'm talking about once you give it a go. Next character that I think is critical to the group but not 100% is again High Elf, and I go with Cleric. Cleric I find because it is a pet class group makeup. You want to have the buffs, give the pets the HPs, give the pets the armor class that they need, um, because you're a tankless group, and you want the buffs to help you out surviving. The buffs are immensely helpful for the chanter itself, keeping them alive and keeping their pets alive. Because basically, you're pet tanking. A lot of people think you can't do it. It's I'll show some videos of me actually doing a lot of neat stuff. One in particular, I can run hate. With this group, I can run hate, and I zip through it, and I can, um, you know, get some great drops in hate. So that's one of the perks of it. You can also with a group of 6, you can start your own instances too, which is another bonus. So, anyways, cleric is great. You'll find at the higher end content, the complete heal is ideal and great for tanking. You know, you get into some dicey situations, but it's pretty good. Um, how I the reason I say it's optional because at higher levels sometimes I kind of drop the cleric if I'm going into a farmer mode and I'll just replace it with another pet class to just zip through a dungeon and just clean it up. Which I'm saying, you know, you're high level and you're going through a low level dungeon and just cleaning and doing a complete farm of that zone. Um, so, but ideally at the start, you want a cleric. Cut down on time. The res really helps to speed up things because you're gonna die. No matter how good you are, you're gonna die. So that's that. And then basically those are the three main characters. The cookie cutters for the rest is basically I just throw in three mages. Very simple. They're all the same keys, same buttons, same makeup. They do the same thing. You know, you're following the enchanter, you're assisting the enchanter, you're sending the pet on the enchanter's target, and through the macro keys, you know, you're casting your your big blast, and that's it. That's the killer. What I have played around with is taking one mage down and throwing in a necro in place. But I find teleporting around and stuff, it's a hassle faction wise and whatnot. So I've pretty much come down to where it's best to just have a nice combined collection of the same race or same starting zone. It just makes life easier because on TLPs you do have the origin button at level 5, and that's just ideal having an extra teleport, and everybody's in general area and starting area. So it's just great. So again, overview, quick makeup is high high elf, um, enchanter, high elf cleric, and high elf mage times 3. And the only person that's a little bit different is your wood elf druid. They all start in the same zone, Greater Fadark, and you're basically good to go. Plus, at the beginning, it's great to just grab them together um, and hooking them up really like you can quickly just get them together, get your first 3 levels down pat like in matter of minutes, and then you're moving out of those starting zones. Um, so that's basically it. I would go with that group makeup. I'm sure to hear other makeups and your opinions and whatnot. But like I said, I've done this. I've been able to do my own runs of hate. I've done a lot. I'd say 90% of the content is available and easily to clean with these groups. Um, so hopefully that helps. So with this video and the first one kind of gives you a rundown of what I'm trying to do here and the macros. Quick overview of those. This is a quick overview of the group makeup. If you go with that and start with that, my next video I'll actually show you um, my group itself, and I'll run through some scenarios. One in particular, there's one area that I like is money making zone. So I'll show that one next. So hopefully this helps. And thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.